2 weeks before my wedding, my sister told me to uninvite my best friend. I didn't uninvite anyone. Instead, I left one chair empty with a little sign and let her find it on her own. To understand this, you have to understand my sister Vanessa. Vanessa is the kind of person who, if you tell her good news, will find a way to make it about her within 90 seconds. I have timed it. When I got into college, she announced at dinner that she was thinking about going back to school too. When I got engaged, she spent the engagement party telling everyone about a guy she went on 2 dates with who almost proposed. Almost. And at that engagement party is where this whole thing started, over something so small you'll laugh. My best friend Priya laughed too loud. That's it. That's the crime. We were doing toasts, my fiancé told a joke, and Priya, who has the most genuine, room-filling laugh you have ever heard, laughed, and people turned and smiled. And for about 4 seconds, the warmest energy in the room was around Priya instead of around Vanessa. And Vanessa noticed. Vanessa always notices. For the next 2 weeks, Vanessa ran a quiet little campaign. First it was, don't you think Priya can be a lot? Then it was, I just feel like she makes everything about herself, which, coming from Vanessa, nearly cracked the earth in half. And finally, 3 days before the wedding, she called me and said it plainly. I need you to uninvite Priya. She stole the spotlight at the engagement party, and I am not going to let her ruin your wedding too. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. That's the part that got me. She'd convinced herself this was a favor. I said no, calmly. I said, Priya is my best friend. She's coming. That's final. And Vanessa delivered her ultimatum. If Priya is there, I won't be. And then she hung up before I could answer, which is how Vanessa wins arguments. She ends them. Now here's what I didn't do. I didn't call her back and beg. I didn't text Priya and stir it up. I didn't post anything. I just thought about it for a night. And the next morning I called the venue and I added one chair to the head table. One extra beyond all our place settings. And I made a little folded card, the same cream cardstock as all the other place cards in the same calligraphy, so it looked completely official. And on it I wrote 4 words, reserved for the absent. The wedding came. It was perfect. The light was gold. The food was good. Priya cried during my vows and laughed during the toasts, loudly, beautifully, and I loved every second of it. And Vanessa came. Of course she came. The threat was never real. Threats from people like Vanessa never are. They're just a way of asking you to chase them. She arrived in a dress that was, I'll be honest, a little white, and she walked up to the head table to find her seat. And she saw the chair, the empty one, with the card, reserved for the absent. I watched her read it. I watched her understand it, because she knew, and I knew that the chair had been meant for her, if she'd kept her word. It was a seat at the most important table in my life, sitting empty, with her name written invisibly all over it. And she had to decide in that moment, in front of everyone, whether she was the kind of person who would skip her sister's wedding over a laugh. She wasn't. So the empty chair stayed empty, and Vanessa quietly took a seat at a table in the back, next to my fiancé's college roommates, and she was very pleasant for the rest of the night. We don't talk much anymore, Vanessa and me. Some people would call that sad. But here's the thing I've learned. The empty chair is still the best decision I made that whole wedding, because it didn't punish her. It just held up a mirror and let her choose what she saw. And the wedding, with Priya laughing too loud in the third row, was the best night of my life.